Hello, everybody. Before we get started, as always, I've been on ending for this whole time. Apologies. Before we get started, as always, I want to give a shout out to the lovely music we've been listening to during definitely pre-stream here. This is Retro by Declan DP. Thank you to Declan and everybody like them who makes it free to use our low-cost assets for us streamers so we can have better streams. Thank you very much. Hello, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever it is in your part of the world. I am Deuscain, your variety tape streamer for the night. And tonight we are returning to Citizen Sleeper 2. A very nice, very fun game that I played the original. Been looking forward to the sequel for a while, and Lord have mercy, it has its hooks in me after Monday night. I want to play more and more and more and more and more. But, as always, before we jump into the game, we are going to do a little bit of chatting beforehand. So, not too much tonight since I was running a little bit late. And, yeah, I kind of need to hurry up. But I was eating dinner tonight. So, yeah. I had some nice breaded chicken nuggets. Or something very similar. I actually get, like, fancy ones that taste pretty good. That, like, are, like, not... What are they? How do they describe them? They're like, I don't know if they're organic, but they're like non-frozen chicken, breaded chicken bits. Like they're actually chicken. They're not like nuggets, which are processed meat. They're very good. And they even have some that like have like coconut in the breading, though I don't typically get those, but they're just expensive. They're like $6-7 a pack, but I'm like, they taste good. They're worth it. But I've got that and a big old tall Mexican Coke because I went grocery shopping last night, finally. And have enough supplies to definitely get me to the end of the week. And then I need to go shopping again on the weekend for anything I miss. Probably for a lot of breakfasty stuff. But... yeah. Having a pretty good time. Last night, what did I do last night? I don't remember. Oh, I know what I did. So they had a like taco night. One sec. Nose is a little stuffy. They had a taco night around where I live. So I went out to that and got my tacos, sucked them down super fast, and ran away. Because I'm in part of the U.S. that is suffering under a heat wave now, and Lord have mercy, it's hot out there. Last 2 days have been like 98 degrees Fahrenheit. Today it says the high was 96. Which I can safely say because the whole frickin' country's hot. Oh no, not the hiccups. Oh goodness. But yeah, it is he's busy. It's hot. So I went out, I got my tacos, I came back inside and waited a little while, and then I went out and got groceries around like 7:30, something like that. And then came back and watched a friend stream a little bit. So pretty relaxing Tuesday in the evening. I had a busy Tuesday at work. Busy day today at work too, because I had like 2 hours of meetings scheduled and then a bunch of other stuff, and making good progress, but just we tired, y'all. This Coke is really nice though. Been chilling in the fridge since yesterday. I also got a Sprite, but I had that last night along with a bowl of popcorn right before bed. So I'm just like, yeah, I want something good, something tasty, little snack, little snack to help me sleep. And it was good. But I don't want to chat for too long since this game is very fun and I want to get us back in. So Citizen Sleeper 2 begins with us waking up from what seems like a coma, but we find out is a reboot process that was supposed to rid us of our dependency on the drug that makes sleepers' bodies like biodegrade. So I don't remember what it's called because it's not a mechanic in this game. But we seem to have successfully done that, but we were interrupted in the middle of our reboot, which scrambled our brains pretty good. So the guy that was helping us clubbed our terrible, no good, bad guy over the head, and we ran off, stole his ship, and escaped. And we had a little while to get out of there before we got caught. did a couple of odd jobs, messed a few of them up, including bringing on a hacker who very clearly was going to pull a fast one on us, but I'm like, well, I can't say no because they're going to be essential, and it's probably like some kind of tutorial, so I helped them. Which is good because they wanted a spot on our ship to leave, which is really good because the whole space station we were on got blowed up after we left. Somebody nuked it or something. We don't know. But we woke up at another strange station. Our one friend is so banged up he can't work, so we have to work now ourselves. And the hacker that came with us is basically like, hey, I've got goals. I need to leave now. So they're away, but who knows for how long. Let's go. But yeah, we basically did the tutorial section, and we got info on a new thing that I'm not familiar with. We have what are called glitch dice, which work a little different than how I thought they would. I'm actually kind of a little upset about that because it's an 80% chance of a bad result or a 20% chance of the best result of a good result. And I kind of wish it just, because visually they look like they're both sixes, but like obviously they're not, because sixes are perfect successes. So I kind of wish that they would just like, they always appear as though they're sixes, but you don't actually know what they are. The dice are glitched. Like something under the hood will tell you like what it is, like you rolled it out anyways, but the mechanic, just have the mechanic be slightly different. So anyway, that's my 2 cents on glitch dice. We're gonna have to catch up a little bit on that because it was literally as we like went over time last night. So let's hop in and take a look at this. Boop and boop. And we have our machinist playthrough. Go to the rig galley. We have no supplies. We have a little bit of fuel. We have a bunch of money. Got 2 glitch dice and a bunch of other bad things. Reminds me. Guide. Glitch and glitch dice. You can have a maximum of 6. It's a penalty gained from repairing dice and from Laine's attempts to hack your system. Each level of glitch you gain will increase your chance of rolling a glitch die. Each time you roll that, you clear a level of glitch. Glitch has an 80% chance of negative and a 20% chance of positive. You may also gain a permanent glitch, for example, when breaking all of your dice on risky difficulty. Your number of permanent glitches represented in red on the glitch clock to the right of your dice. You get a maximum of 6. Permanent glitch is not expended when the glitch is rolled and cannot be fixed or otherwise removed. What difficulty are we on? Standard stress tolerance. We can still repair dice. So you can get a permanent glitch when you break all your dice on risky difficulty. So we don't want to do that, but repairing dice is going to build the glitch clock. Endure and interface, neither of which are things I'm particularly skilled at. Engage and intuit. Oh, these are both just bad. Bliss's Bay, repair the rig. The underhang. Here's engineering at least. And intuit. Intuit the one I'm really bad at? No. What is the one I'm really bad at? Alright, I have two of them. Engage is the one I'm really, really bad at. Honestly, at this point, it's almost worth it to pick up the weight and get the +4 into something. Jesus. Alright. So engineering, but that doesn't help me. Because it's still the same bad roll. This one takes it from crap to potentially not crap. Minus energy, life, breath, so that was a negative outcome. Alright, let's use these glitch dice. God, I hate this. Do I even have a place to get food? No, I don't. Oh god, I could be starving. Alright, I want to have one positive interaction here. Are you kidding me? 3 negatives in a row. And I don't even have, like, a place to go get food. Oh, that's so... Oh, kitchen. Earn a meal. I don't want to earn a meal, I want to buy a meal. Let me buy food. I don't have it, and I don't want to burn another glitch die. Alright, we're just gonna rest in the rig? Just burn this here, because it's not gonna have negative outcome, recovery failed. That's fine. I got... Out of my 6 dice, I got... Out of my 5 dice, I got 5 failures. That chaps my ass. That's so bad. Alright. 1 glitch dice, which was the last thing I had there. Okay. Bustling spacer commons. So Endure I'm not good at. I'm okay at interfacing. And I'm okay at Intuit. Starving is really bad. Do I burn? Okay, I'm gonna burn my 6 on this. And hope that it gets me food. Yes, 4 energy. Okay, that's good. And then I can burn my 5 over here to get an automatic 6. And then I can burn this for basically guaranteeing that we're going to finish it. Traveling scrap dealers, improvised residential docks. Buy scrap components, process raw scrap shift. It's dangerous, but it is engineering, so I could do that one. As long as I'm not using glitch dice. A ceiling shift. Dangerous, but negative outcome Only 3 cryo, lost that energy. Alright, well, that sucked. But it's work, which helps. Find potential crew. Explore each section. We're gonna go to the bunk. Burn this last frickin' glitch die. Negative recovery failure, yeah. I mean, they have an 80% chance. And we're gonna end the cycle. You wake to the sound of blaring proximity alarms. You quickly unstrap from your bunk and dizzily glance around the place. Laine, bounty hunters, you kick off and glide to the door. As you do, Bliss pops their head around the corner. Sorry, a little sheepish. In all honesty, it's not my fault. Your wiring's all backward. Takes a moment to understand what's happening. You steady yourself against the door frame. Not cool. I'm handling it, okay? You go back to bed. Takes you a while to get ready and drift down to the mess, see what's happening. By then, Bliss has turned off the alarms. You find them unspooling wires from a hatch you'd never previously noticed in the mess's ceiling. Sorry again, sleeper. The voice comes through the ceiling panels, muffled and dull. You settle at a stool, nearly tucking your legs behind the crossbar. How are the repairs coming? Bliss spins deftly, hooking their legs into this open ceiling so that perspective they're hanging upside down. Almost done, if you can believe it. Their messy hair floats around their head. A couple cycles worth of diagnostics, and I'll be happy enough to release her back to you. A yawning Seraphim drifts in. He looks between the two of you, amused. What are you both doing up so early? You and Bliss exchange amused looks. What? Seraphim asks. Never mind. He shrugs and drifts over to the mess's cupboards to hunt for some breakfast. You turn back to Bliss, but they've disappeared back into the ceiling panels. Before long, the mess is filled with the shrill shriek of a power tool. Seraphim looks totally unaffected and hooks himself into a stool, lazily sucking at a ration pouch while he taps away at his slate. The screech finally stops. After a while, you kick off from your stool. Time to head out. Bliss rushes after you, stopping on the passenger before you can leave. I have something I want to show you. Bliss leads you to the main corridor in a corner of the ship you don't remember visiting before. You come to a room with a low sloped ceiling, a single round window illuminating some neat tool storage, and benchwork set into the wall. Look, I'm no specialist, but I'm a quick learner and good at repairs. I think you have need of me. They glance at you at a tear in the thick vinyl skin of your arm. Can I take a look? Sure. Smile leads you to the workbench. They turn your arm, looking at the tear from all angles. Reach over to the workbench and take a small sealant gun from the rack. It's basic, but looks clean and well organized. They gently close the tear with sealant, pressing the edges together so it closes neatly. When they're done, they release your arm, and you can barely see the scar. See? I know it's more serious than a tear, but I can handle it. They turn and search through a set of metal drawers for a moment. Here, they produce a couple of carefully machined, pristine components. We're saving these for an important job. They wink. Guess I just found it. Bliss pushes the components into your hands. Take them. When you're ready, come here and we'll fix you up. These are a rare find, though. In the future, we might actually have to make do with something lower quality. You find scrap components at most scrapper things, like that one hanging in the underhang. The better the components, the easier they'll integrate into your systems. I'll do my best to keep you running. Thank you. Don't worry about it, they shrug. You're a guest in my bay, and I can't have my guest bodies collapsing, can I? Plus, I think it benefits me if you think of me as indispensable. I should get back to fixing the ship. They leave you in the workshop among the simple tools, considering the particular qualities of your new friend. Dice repair. Visit the rig workshop above. Make repairs. It's a minor one, so it's only +1. And that's also a minor one. It'll take components to repair your frames. It's a good idea to get a hold of some. You can repair your dice at the rig workshop. You can only repair dice which are fully broken. Repairs either require scrap components or rare components. The better components, you use, the less glitches you suffer. You cannot repair dice during a contract. So I have some components, but none of my dice are broken, so I can't do anything. Okay. Alright, I have a 5 and a couple of bad ones. So we got the docks. Let me close this. Indoor is okay. No, indoor is a -2, so it's my best odds. Neutral. Ugh. New location discovered. Glide through the docks, you hear shouting echoing down a corridor. You tend to change direction. Your eyes fixed as the passage widens into a large bay. Others just pass you, heading towards the commotion. Your eyes are drawn by the bay's vast viewing window, which is currently being splattered with glittering shards of ice. In front of it, a dock worker is shouting at anyone who will listen. Spacers, workers of the Ferris Spindle, we need your urgent assistance. The water carrier Spring Tide has suffered heavy damage in its transit from Wellspring. All hands, we need you to help secure the cargo. Without this water, we will struggle to support you. He looks desperately at the crowd. And if you can help, please make yourself known. Behind him, a corona of ice ejects from one of the tanks, drawing a pale halo around the ship. A handful of experienced-looking spaceships push through the crowds towards the front, and dock workers start to direct them to nearby bridges. You watch the scene unfold, hesitant in the face of making someone else's problem your own. New drive. Minor. It's indoor and interfacing. God, my dice suck. Yeah, it's dangerous, but I don't have anything else better I can do. Neutral outcome. That's bad. Negative outcome. Crap. And that one is junk to me. I can't do anything with it. So the rig will be repaired by then. Let me get something to eat. It's safe, so the negative isn't really gonna hurt me, but I'll take 2 energy. 2 energy for an otherwise useless die. Gotta end the cycle. 3 1s? What? You jerk suddenly awake. A fragment is lodged in your mind, a shard of sound, a signal, a tone. Resonates like tinnitus, obviously internal, inescapable. Then you see your hands blurred, your fingers dancing as if they were typing. Your fingers flap like caught birds. Takes all your focus to settle them. You force yourself back into them, a sensation like squeezing on a tight pair of gloves. You flex your fingers a little to feel them, test them. What was that? Take a deep breath to calm yourself, but as you do, you're reminded you don't need to breathe. It's a claustrophobic sensation you can't shake. You get up, push off the wall, pull on your clothes, anything to escape the dreams that hover there at the back of your mind. Seraphim drifts in casually, heading to his bunk to grab something. You can't shake the strange sensation he's just drifted into your mind. He shoots you a glance. I said, "Are you okay?" He gives you a concerned look. You look terrible. Yeah, I'm not good. You need to talk to me, Sleeper. I know something happened back when we were leaving Hexport. Yeah. I don't know. I saw a sleeper. Saw something change in your eye. He paused, was looking for the right way to explain. They were cold, fixed. I've never seen that before. Back when we first met, I knew it once you were human. I knew because of your eyes. I never met a sleeper before, but I knew immediately you were no machine. It was obvious. But then on the rig, he shivers. I couldn't see that anymore. I don't know what happened. What did it feel like? He gives you a curious look. Stress. Fuck you, game. Immediately close your eyes and recall the moment. You feel your fingers begin to tremble and jerk. You tense against the feeling of an invisible hand closing its grip on your mind. Sleeper? His voice interrupts your thoughts. Are you okay? We need to get you a checkup. We need to know what's happening. This isn't just about you. Where are we gonna go, though? Been asking around. There's another station near this one. Flotsam. It's a mess. An accumulation of wrecks and docked ships, but it also houses some of the best artificers on the wash. We should go there as soon as the rig is fixed. Okay. Thank you. Look, I don't know what it is like to be a sleeper. I understand there are things you can't tell me, can't show me, but I do know how fear can keep you from doing what you need to do. I'm not going to nag you about it, but it needs to be done. Passes you by as he leaves the bunk, squeezing your shoulder as he does, leaving you to your thoughts. Finish getting dressed, feeling your body. It's strange, just even though you wish you didn't. At the very least, you think you need to find someone who can stop you from falling apart. Maybe Flotsam isn't such a bad idea. Push the thought back in your mind. There's a cycle ahead. The rig isn't ready. When it is, then you'll see. New drive. Major one. Find a tech in Flotsam. Major drives are good. Alright. So I got this one here. And I could burn my 2 6s for a guaranteed positive here. To reroute the flow and fix whatever this is. Because that's secure the spring tide, yeah. Oh god, perfects are only worth 2. Ugh. I want to get rid of that stress, if I can. Alright, stress gone. And let's look into getting something to eat. Okay. So got 1 point left to do something with, which is not enough to realistically do anything. Especially considering the dice I have left is a 1. Yeah, we'll just end the cycle. The ship should be repaired after this next one. As you drift lazily down the ship's mess, I got a bunch of good dice today. You hear Ray's voice, you steel yourself for a moment of the interest and slip inside. Seraphim sits, soaks in his usual stool, his slate glowing beside him. He's shaking his head as you enter. Bliss is floating freely, gesticulating sharply as they explain something important. I don't see why not, Bliss chops the air. It's not like you have an alternative. We can get the cryo. It'll take time, but we can get it. That was the deal. Sleeper, Bliss spots you upon entering. They turn to Seraphim. Let's see what Sleeper thinks about it. About what? They're both silent for a moment before Seraphim sighs. The rig's ready, Sleeper. I fixed it. Hell, I've improved it. She's purring thanks to me. And wouldn't you say, having done such an incredible job, I deserve to be paid properly for my work? A calculated look crosses their face. A refit and a retune like this would typically cost my clients hundreds of cryo, even if I was feeling charitable. Seraphim sighs. He knows where this is going. See, I could make you pay, or maybe you could even script the cryo up, but without taking a contract, taking the ship off the station, leaving me in the lurch. We wouldn't do that. So I have a proposition, one that clears the deck completely. I will turn around the open sign in this little bay of mine, and I'll join up with you. You keep me in work, give me my split, give me transit to wherever we're heading. I'll even keep this rig of yours working for free. What could be better than that? Us paying be on our way with no hangers on. Tell them, Sleeper. Hey, you said look for crew. They'll help. See, Sleeper gets it. You can use my help. I'm an excellent engineer, a tidy shipmate, and a half-decent chef. I'm done with bar spindle. I'm done taking not enough jobs for not enough cryo on a station where I know nobody. You're welcome. Seraphim holds up his hands. Look, we appreciate it, but we're on the run, Bliss. Trust me, you are better off here. Even telling you this could put you in danger. They start laughing. On the run? You expect me to be scared off by that goofy shit? I mean, it's true. Bliss just shrugs. The system is at war. The belt is spiraling into crisis. Everyone's got something. I know you were at Hexport. Seraphim looks at them, open mouthed, searching for a retort. What happened there? Who's to say it won't happen here? I'm not sitting around watching all this play out any longer. Something has to give. Look, you've done your due diligence, whatever. You're on the run. I've been warned. I accept the risk. That's it. At the end of the day, your ship is clamped into my base. So unless you know my encryption protocols, there's not much left to discuss. Seraphim shakes his head. They got us there. Looks at you and then Bliss. Looks like we gained a crewmate, but I'm moving to the engine room. You and Bliss exchange a nervous look. Welcome aboard. Gives you a half-hearted mock salute. Bliss and the galley head for the cockpit. Rig's ready to fly again, but the question is where to take her. Seraphim mentioned Flotsam, short storage journey from here. As a busy station where you might find an artificer to help diagnose your glitches and errors. Sunward is the Hellion Gate, an abandoned, uninhabited megastructure left over from Solheim days. Maybe good for salvage, but not an easy place to survive. And beyond that, as they say, the belt is wide. At least now you have a functioning ship. Crew available. Unlock the belt map. Go that, press the belt, travel to other hubs, discover new parts of the Starward Belt. We really need supplies. Hellion Gate. Alright. Well, I want to finish my job here fixing this thing. So we got good odds of finishing it today. There we go. Minor upgrade point. Nice. Rise to the docking bay's view as the crumbled, vast hull of the spring tide is finally welded shut by a scope of bright torches flickering against the side. Everywhere I look, I see a crisis. Voice comes from beside you. You turn to see a man floating there, watching the repair work. You don't recognize him. I saw you out there, helping the crew. Far Spindle needs that water. You aren't wrong. I haven't seen you on the Spindle before. What, if I may ask, is your business here? I'm running a crew. I see. Springtide is my ship. His face remains impassive. At least I'm a captain. I don't own her. The Lotic Syndicate. My employer was the one who put her into service. Glad to meet you. Bows his head gently. You have my thanks for assisting with the repairs. We were caught by some autonomous Conway munitions. The Wellspring run is getting more dangerous every cycle. After Hexport, I don't expect things to improve. Both go quiet for a moment, the loss of a station still inspiring silence in anyone who mentions it. Tell me, as a sleeper, do you feel like you have advantages over the others, or does your particular condition only provide weaknesses? Advantages, of course. Certainly you showed this with your work on the Springtide. He gestures towards the ship. Your work on my ship only evidences your abilities. You far outperformed even my own crew. In conditions that are usually deadly. Well, I did have a bunch of sixes. Sadly, despite even your good work, our losses have been great. The administration of the Far Spindle are not happy. We're to be impounded here until the Lotic Syndicate fulfills the agreed water freight. He frowns at the crumbled ship. This war continues to pressure the belt. What are you gonna do? This is where you're needed, Sleeper. My crew tells me you have a ship. You have workers. This is what I need. As we fled from the Conway attack, our navigators registered something of great interest. A water-rich asteroid one I believe is previously unknown to the syndicates. For now, I've sworn him to secrecy, as I must you. This asteroid could be surveyed. Its value confirmed. It would more than make up for the shortfall in the spring tide. I want you to survey the asteroid for me. It's a simple enough job, but its location so close to the edge of the wash is problematic. However, you've shown yourself to be very competent. If you're careful, there's no reason you should have problems with the Conway or any other hostile party for that matter. What do I get? We'll, of course, reimburse you with a portion of a fee the Far Spindle administration are withholding from me. 250 cryo is my offer. How will your employer feel about that? The Melodic Syndicate only cares that its water is delivered and its fees paid. I'm free to make sure this happens in a timely and efficient manner as I see fit. Passes you a thumbnail, Tribe. Here are the details on the tests I need you to run for the survey. A simple core of ice from deep within the asteroid should give you enough material to work with. You notice a member of the Springtide's crew waiting quietly at a distance. Malik nods at them discreetly. This is a delicate matter. Survey the rock, and on your return, broadcast results to my personal terminal. The frequency is in the data. The results go to me, only to me. Then, once the matter is resolved, you'll be paid. I'm needed, but I expect you have all you need. I enjoyed watching you work. Sleeper, you impressed me again. With that, he bows a little and drifts away to meet his crew member. After watching him go, you turn back to the Springtide. Still impressive, despite being scarred with curls of ice and shiny with fresh welds. Imagine any captain of a ship like that has been through a lot to get where they are. Makes them a valuable ally or dangerous adversary, depending on where you are. You hope with Malik you can find your way to being the former. This is risky, but it's not terrible. So even negatives give me good results. Neutral, okay. Alright, I got one more cycle before whatever happens chases me. Hey, Pickles! How's it going? Oh, sweet fives. Hell yeah. So work here or doing one last 5 over here. Now, of course, now it's positive. Miss Gambling Den. Great. Lovely. Engage, which I have a negative in. This is interfacing and intuit. I can go down here and do this stuff. What's the residential block do? That's still the kitchen. Burn my 1 here. How was your Wednesday, Pickles? Not too bad? Good to hear it. New location. Oh, a bar. Can I just buy food? Oh my god, I can just buy food. Energy and getting racked, sorry. New location discovered. Oh, trade hall. Yeah, I can buy stuff. Yes. I can get supplies and fuel again. Oh my god. I'm gonna top off on fuel. It's 45 to max out that. I'm gonna do it. +1 energy. Then we go back here. So I can't repair my frame because none of the dice are broken. But I can do that eventually. Freelancers gather in bars and canteens. Okay, so I should have done the middle one first. Explore the spindle. I need one more section to finish. And diagnose the frame is where I have to... Oh, crap. So yeah, we're going to end the cycle because I got nothing else to do. And now something's going to happen. Hey, it's plot. Something flickers in the back of your mind. You stop, you have to stop to blink it away. It's a tightness behind your left eye, an aching point that refuses to move. Then the voice begins, hissing through the background noise of the rig systems, a new whine amongst the chorus of life support and ventilation. Hey, it's Laine! Sleeper. A hiss brings Laine's sharp features to mind. I suppose you thought you'd slip my net. Hexpert jumps in your mind, an image of a station immolating in white light, that you were not conscious to witness it. You are distant, but you're not free of me yet. I'm coming, Sleeper, and I will retake control of what is mine. The closer I come to you, the more you will feel it. Moves your finger to tap your own forehead, in here, until you cannot resist. A bright smile, pale eyes, a growing hiss that hurts. Then the hiss is gone, the rig is quiet, the stinging tightness diffusing behind your eyes, but the fear remains. Sleeper, you good? You were talking. Laine's coming. Seraphim looks alarmed. You feel him, right? We can use that. Stay ahead of him. We do this, we're fast and smart. We keep moving, we don't stay anywhere for long. We find a way. Somehow. You nod. You don't know how Laine is able to reach into your mind like this, how he's able to speak to you, but you want so desperately for it to stop. You must find out what he's done to you before it's too late. Ooh, a shiny unknown. Congrats, Pickles. You must stay ahead of Laine at all costs. Laine is hunting you once again. His progress will be tracked by the hunt clock. If this is filled, he will catch up with you. This will increase once every cycle you spend in the hub. However, each time you travel, the hunt will reduce by 3. If you keep moving, you can stay ahead of him. Okay, that makes sense. So I'm topped off on supplies. I have one more thing to explore here. And I could potentially just finish it with this. I did! Minor drive complete. What'd I get? Bar Spindle lives up to its name, its tall stature, making it a real effort to travel end to end. The local solution to this problem are transit tunnels, massive tubes bolted outside of the spindle that allows rapid passage from bottom to top. You find yourself in one of these passages, bulky cargo haulers rushing by. You start to wonder if braving them is worth the effort. Back up! A shout rattles down the bare transit corridor like a gunshot and is rapidly followed by a crunching impact. You spin back, pushing yourself against the side of a wide cylindrical passage. As you do, a hauler glides past, sending a ripple wave of air across you in its wake. Oh, hey! A courier. When the roar subsides, you hear a string of expletives coming from nearby. A spiky looking figure clutching some oddly shaped open frame object gestures wildly at the vehicle as it glides by. Dickhead! He spits an impressive glob of saliva down the hall. It spirals in 0G. She turns to you in her anger. You see that? I just slam into a wall. Total dickhead. No shit. Haulers hate us. She sniffs and looks you up and down. Not supposed to be in the transit system without a vehicle. Not that I care, but maybe you do? What about you? She shakes the open frame in her hand. What does this look like to you? She rolls at one of her shoulders, stretching it out. You're new here, right? Is it that obvious? She shrugs sympathetically. Nothing to be ashamed of. Let me give you a tip. She begins checking her open frame vehicle, tightening bolts and untangling pipes. Avoid the haulers. Dickheads, a lot of them. Especially the water haulers. Think they're better than anyone. Don't mess with the stevedores, though. They're good people. Get treated like shit by everybody else, just like us. She rapidly plugs and unplugs a series of connectors. They'll show you the shortcuts. And never, ever get in a Spindlejack's way. She smiles. Thanks. Alright then. She pauses, considering something, and suddenly reaches into one of her many pockets and pulls out a small, transparent rectangle punched with holes. The text glints within it, reading, Cadet, Stripline Express, you take it. Cadet, she pronounces. That's me. Stripline is my outfit. Kamal's the dispatcher. Small outfit, but we punch above our weight. The dispatch is here in the Spindle's cores, but I run the transit pipe tunnels up and down the Spindle 10 times a cycle. If you need anything moving on the Spindle, data, tech, messages too hot for the hardline, come find me. Hell yes, I'll keep that in mind. Tell them I sent you. They'll make sure it gets to me. She kicks off the wall and mounts her bike, triggering a small burst of compressed air to keep herself steady in the passage tunnel. You hear a buzz of distorted speech from what you assume is her dispatcher. She angles her head to her communicator and mutters back into it. Got a hop, sleeper. She looks you over and something flickers in her eyes. An idea? Maybe a realization. Might be able to help me with something. Package that's been bothering me. She squints down the passage. Come to the office at Stripline in a few cycles and I'll show you. Sure. We'll call it a favor on account of me saving you from being flattened by a hauler. You better get out of here before another hauler tries to squish you. Step back as she twists the handlebars and bursts of air sends her flying down the tunnel at unsettling speed. You watch her go, slightly caught off guard by her final remarks. What would a courier need you for? You turn over the idea in your head as you find a way out of the transit corridor, back to the safety of the main concourse. New location, new drive. So 2 cycles, that'll be ready. You can also go to the bar and get stuff too. People will warm up to me after a couple of drinks. Alright, but we do have an ad happening in about 30 seconds, so let's trigger it now, and we'll be back in 3 minutes. Talk to you soon, folks. Also, yes, the cute dancing Sino. See you in a few, pickles. All right, we are back. Let's hop back in. So this is going to take 3 fuel. Good payment. Almost certainly I'll break some of my dice out there. Gambling den. But this engineering job is really good. It's dangerous, but it is right in my skill set. $14 cryo ain't bad. I'm curious what I get for this one. Negative outcome plus 1 energy, no progress. Alright, well, we'll try this then. Wow! Still a negative outcome. 2 negatives in a row. Alright. I'm gonna check something here. Guide. Drives, upgrades, and push. At the hub, you can't use your push. Drives that you do this. Drives come in major and minor. Upgrades the character screen. Push is a unique thing to your class. Push cannot be configured during a contract. God, a +4 on my lowest die. It would turn a 1 into a 5. That really will help. That actually really will help. So would basically all of these. Interfacing into it. Or get rid of the negative on endurance. There aren't really skills this time around, it's raw stats. So we're gonna go to the Flotsam eventually. Alright, so Laine has 8 cycles till he's gonna come and find me. That gives me time to get up to Mischief. Oh, -3 hunt during travel time. Do I have anything else here I could do? So this is the obvious one. I don't need it, but let's see what happens. Far Spindle is an exhausting place to find freelancers. There's no shortage of spacers here. Corridors and bays thronged with crew inbound and outbound, or on between contracts, trading stories, contacts, materials. Whatever language appearance or code identifies someone is worth signing on with. You don't seem to have it. Perhaps it's because you're a new face or noticeably unsure. Maybe it's because you're a sleeper. You push through the back of your mind, instead focus on what's in front of you, the vast cylindrical tank in the center of Gaia's Gyre. First time you enter the bar, you float in an open mouth, much like all the new arrivals do. At the sight of the huge kelp stack, the biggest you've ever seen, even now, your eyes fixed on the fronds of seaweed that wave in the circulating water. Beyond the curve of dirty glass, you find it impressive. You take a sip of the harsh, saline-scented rack from its metallic vessel secured to the bar. As you suck on the straw, your eyes following the shifting fronds, you hear someone clearing their throat beside you at the bar. Oh, hey, look at you, Eugen. Hypnotic, isn't it? The voice is low and rumbling. It comes from the large figure on the stool next to you. The fluorescent lights behind the bar glint in his eyes, shining up onto his wide, rough face. I heard you're hiring. He turns to face you. You don't recognize him, but in the shifting light, that isn't surprising. That's right. Today's your lucky day, my friend. Clicks his drink on the magnetic bar with a clink. Eugen, currently freelance. He turns and leans back a little bit. The effect is meant to impress you with his size. You have to admit it works. Served a whole slate of crews out in the spindle. Cutters, mercs, extractors. Broad skill set, good work ethic, sense of humor, the full package. Sounds perfect. I thank you. I aim to please. I'll run anything out in the far spindle. I'm tough and quiet. You won't need to worry about me. What kind of work we talking about? Before you answer, voices echo out behind you. Eugen, busy as ever, I see. Vesna. Ooh, I like your look. One of them is fitted with matte metal optical implants. You can't see her eyes. Caustic light plays across her face. Too busy to keep in touch? I really don't like it when I have to come and find you. Vesna, do I look like I'm socializing? This is a meeting. Oh, a meeting? Is that what this is? Squeezes your shoulder. Yes, Vesna, we are talking about your delivery, in fact. My friend here is being very helpful. That's right. She answers you with a raised eyebrow, but before she can speak, he cuts in. This sleeper has a unique ability to extract data, exactly the kind of data you've been asking for. So if we can just get it back to you, then I can deliver what you need. You know, Eugen, I'm pretty tired of this whole act. In the end, it doesn't matter. She drops her hand from your shoulder to her belt. Your eyes follow it, and you see a dark, boxy shape. A weapon? You either deliver by the deadline or you don't. And when you don't, I'll be happy to take you through the consequences. Until then, chat to whoever the hell you want. Vesna and the two spacers flanking her glide out of the bar. Eugen watches them go with little emotion. So, you're about to hire me? What was that? Vesna, she's just trying to rush me, that's all. I won't be working with her again. Of course, I can't talk about the particulars. You understand. Vesna just wants to scare you off. She likes to cause me trouble. Let's not let her. Pauses in silence for a moment, still looking away. You try to get a read on him, but his face is blank. His glittering eyes hint at some rapid internal activity. Turns back to you and meets your eye, the sudden shift in his manner obvious. If you need crew, you need to work. If you need to work, you need cryo, is that right? Well, I can offer both. Hard work and a good contract with a good payout. You take me with you on this job of mine, we split the take. Well, if you do, I'll consider signing on long term. Think of that. No more recruiting. What's the job? Salvage. No wreck untouched by local crews, which recently turned up in the wash. Just a little sunward from here, but it's disabled. Transponders make it invisible to anybody who doesn't know it's there. I had to squeeze its location out of a contact, but I'll share it with you for a straight split. Take me and your crew, we'll claim it all. It's gonna be a good payout, a real good one. What's the catch? Frowns. No catch. He leans back and looks around the bar. Happy to take the offer elsewhere. I just felt you were the right captain for this one. I'll be ready to go whenever you are. As a show of good faith, I'll also fly out with you on any job from the far spindle. No, I'm not leaving the station with you yet. Not till we get my job done first. After that, we could talk flying together. No need to rush it. Shakes your hand firmly, palm rough and pitted, then turns back to his drink. We slip out of the bar, looking to see if Vestna's nearby. You don't spot her among the passing crews, but you can't help but imagine eyes on you in the bar. Shake off having become familiar with the feeling of being observed. What matters is you found yourself a crew member and a contract. Whether either will come good, however, remains to be seen. Hey, minor drive. Recruit Eugen. Help cadet. Diagnose your frame. Eugen's is 2 fuel. It's also risky. What is recruiting him? Is it 2? And the other contract's just money, I think. Payment is unknown. But it is a point. Okay. Well, I've got 5 points, and I need to do something, so... if I'm gonna go out on a contract, let's do something crazy. And... I'm gonna boost that. Negative stress effect on a positive or neutral outcome. Keep my stress in check. And the push costs glitch, not stress, which was very good. Oh, I've got 3 glitch. That's awful. I didn't even notice that. Fuck. I wish I could go and take that back now, actually. Shit. Alright, well. Hindsight being what it is. Alright. So he's locked in. Cool, yeah, so they each have different skills. We're filled in and travel to the contract. I think there's just one skill we don't have. But I don't know if it'll actually help us here. This is not what you promised, Seraphin turns to Eugen with a raised eye. Leaning across the field of debris scattered around the asteroid. What are you even looking at? I said the wreck was hidden, transponder off, no flight records. I didn't say it was intact. If it was an easy job, I wouldn't have come with your crew. Could have just grabbed it myself. We'll all earn our share. That's definitely more than one wreck. Bliss leans back, seeing at least 3, maybe 4 different engine housings out there. Do you think there's something of value to pull from all that? I know there is. My tip-off is good. We just need to find the right part of the right ship. Any clues? All I know that is a wreck with an item of great value out there, that's it. All afraid of some hard work? And then maybe we don't know what we're looking for, where it is, or what it's worth. Trust me or you don't, this will be worth your time. It's a hot tip. Fuck, I got 2 glitch dice. Sleeper, please. Suddenly, a percussive beep. Just a conversation. You all turn your attention to Seraphine's terminal. We got an incoming ship. Their transponder just popped up. What'd I say? A hot tip. We better claim before they do. Clock's ticking. See a few obvious sights, large bits of debris. We should focus on those. See you lucky kids in the airlock. Seraphine, I don't like that guy. Yeah, me neither. What are we doing out here, Sleeper? Look, just be careful. Signs of an upcoming ship. Engineering, hack the door. Endurance. He's got 4s though. That's not great. These are not good. So the only one I'm good at is down here, but I have terrible dice for today because of all those glitches. I can take my worst one and add a +4 to it though, which will automatically give me a 6. So I technically have 2 6s today. So this is endurance for him, or intuit. He's engineering and intuit. So intuit or endurance. Okay. To find it. +2 stress. +1 stress with a neutral. Alright. I don't have the endure skill, but I can get some good numbers from this. I'll take that, and I'll use my push. Give myself a 6. Okay. I hate using these. Stress. Action unavailable. It's one of those, I don't want to break my dice, but I also don't mind breaking my dice. It's weird. Alright. We're gonna rest. We're gonna end the cycle. I'm not using that other glitch, and that 2 is worthless to me. Okay, he's got a 6. Bunch of people got 1s. Got a 6 and a couple of 3s. Not great, but serviceable. Scavenger's Hall. Cutter remains. Risky endurance. Good scrap to be found here. Parts of this cutter are still in good condition. Might be able to get some good scrap. I don't think that's what we're looking for. Endurance is the bad one. So that one's 8. This one is bigger than 8. So this one won't be hard for me to clear because it's my speciality. So we'll go to this one. I'll push. And we'll interface it. Let's see what we got. I'll take 2 neutrals. And let's see what happens after people show up. I bet it's his friends. Jin, you little piece of shit, where are you? Vesna, you suddenly recall the Steel Light Captain. Open this airlock before I do something I'll regret. Yeah, we should let her in. Are you sure you're gonna do this? Be ready. You hit the control for the exterior door. Let me handle her. This is my ship. Watch as the airlock cycles. You see the silhouette of Vesna. She removes the helmet. Thank you. I prefer not to have to stand outside banging on the door. But I also prefer when my contractors don't try to screw me over. What do you want? I want what I asked for. I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt and assume you don't know what you've got yourself in the middle of here. But if you make one move, we're going to have some trouble. This slimy shit got these coordinates thanks to my tip-off and was meant to deliver them to me. That was the deal. But instead, he thought he'd come in and claim the prize himself and bring you fools along for the ride. Eugen? Tell whatever stories you want. Until I'm paid, there's no deal. Did you pay me, Vesna? You know as well as I do that the payment was on the receipt of the coordinates. So sorry to say I won't be able to deliver. Deal's off. Piece of shit, her hand goes to her hip. Now you're guests on this ship. Let's all remember that. You might see Seraphim holding a hull bolter at his waist. Its wide muzzle trained on Vesna. Lets her hand go loose at her side, of course. That you might all see the breach of trust in the situation, but I was wrong. I don't want to escalate this. On that we agree. She backs a little towards the airlock door. Eugen, she looks at the freelancer. Don't think I'll back off. My team can find this thing faster than any Mongol crew. First the prize takes all. She slips out the airlock and hits the control panel. The door scissors shut. He stumbles forward as something hits him in the side of the head. Idiot! If you ever put this crew in danger like that. Seraphim's right. It's okay. I get it. That was sloppy. Your whole thing is sloppy. This is how you get yourself killed. As much as I'm enjoying this display of aggression and idiocy, we still have a contract to complete. And now we have competition. We should leave. Cut our losses. Now wait. All this and you're going to give up and turn tail? He's right. Alright, time for you to prove your worth. I'll be watching. New location discovered. The Limehound. I like that name. Alright. Almost certainly it's not here where there's engineering. But I gotta try it. We have interfacing. No. Crap, come on. Hey, Perry. Thank you for the well wishes for stream. He's an engineer too. Alright. I'm gonna push and give myself an artificial 6. Shuttle interior. Something on the decaying drives. Oh god, this is interfacing. Fuck. His 6 is worthless. None of us are good at interfacing. Damn it, that's a waste. Interfacing, endurance. These are all terrible skill matchups for us. I messed up. Yeah, because mine is more neutral. Right. So he's decent, everybody else is negatives everywhere. So I'm the only one that doesn't have a negative for interfacing. Crap. I've already used my push. But I can spec mid-mission, which is a good thing to remember. Give this a try, but it's a bad idea. Negative outcome, 2 stress, no progress. Thanks, buddy. Honestly, should have used him here. Oh, I don't have endurance, right? Shit. Okay. So it's 4 for there. It's 6 for here. And this one we're still unlocking. Negative outcome, 1 stress. Negative outcome, 1 stress. I hate it, but I'm gonna have to rest. Can't work with the rest of these. Two dice broke. Broken dice can be prepared to the rig for a cost once the workshop is available. But I can't do it mid-mission. Okay. He's got good endurance. Right? No, oh, this is interfacing, it's not endurance. This is endurance. And this is endurance. I'm gonna burn a push here just to finish this. It'll basically burn off the stress anyways. Okay, so that was scrap. So it's basically up to me to do this one. And we got significantly fewer dice to work with. That sucks. That really, really sucks. Negative outcome. Some good luck. Yeah, finally some good luck. How's my coin flipping going? Not well. Well, at least I was efficient and didn't have a whole bunch of ones to deal with. Oof. All right. This is interfacing. I'm the only one that has skills for it. Put that there. It's a neutral. Push to finish. Data troll is done. So he's got 100% positive for that. Not great for him, but I'll take it. And this could take him out. I don't like those odds. Unstable cipher. Raw scrap. Yeah, I mean, it's the last cycle anyways. At least before the other clock ticks up. Alright. Jin, you slimy shit, how did you do it? Gathers of the air, like to see Vest in silhouette. This time, let's just leave her out there. Come to gloat? Leave us alone already. Stop playing games. We know you took it. We found the ship. The cargo bay was empty. How did you get it out without us seeing? No idea what you talk about. No idea what you're talking about. Did we take anything? There's a long pause. Vestin's harsh laugh rattles through it. It was empty all along. We pulled a stack of component crates out of the bay, but that was it. You're even stupider than I thought, you, Jin. His coordinates were a bust. Enjoy the trip back. The comms click off and you see her silhouette disappear from the viewing window. A tense silence descends on the crew. You know what? I'm going to bed. Wake me up when we reach the far spindle. So not only did you drag us into this fight, you did it for nothing. We got beaten to the prize and there wasn't even a prize to find. It's frozen for a moment. You realize it's the first time you've seen him speechless. We're leaving. Enough of this. 1 minute, we're out. I'll see you in the cockpit. I'm sorry. That makes two of us. At least, Vesna didn't get her hands on it. Give me time. I'll explain in time. He kicks off from the wall and glides past you towards the cockpit. You watch him go, angry and confused, but with little more to say. There'll be plenty of time for recriminations and arguments on the journey back to the far spindle. For now, you want to get out of here. Yeah, my stuff's refreshed, but there's nothing else to do, and we know it. I gotta fix my dice. He spent the journey back to the far spindle, avoiding Seraphim best he can. Might be he's afraid, but you get the feeling it's more likely he's been making himself scarce out of genuine sense of regret. Seraphim doesn't see this behavior so favorably. Slimy shit won't even show his face, putting us in space crew sights with no care for anyone himself. You arrested the movement behind your head and turned to see him in the cockpit's doorway, rather serious expression on his face. I owe you all an explanation. Believe it or not, this was not my plan. Your plan was to find the loot in that ship and split it, wasn't it, big man? No, it wasn't. Hear him out, Bliss cuts in from the cockpit. Vesta's been searching for a ship, an infamous ship. Seems she already had a ship. That was part of the problem. Not a rig, a fraction drive ship, an interstellar ship. That seems to shut Seraphim up. You don't blame him. An interstellar ship here in the belt? That's tech from the core systems. Why didn't you say? I shouldn't even be telling you now. Word gets out there's a factory fresh fraction ship somewhere in the belt. People kill for less. Gangs kill for much less. You're telling me there's a fraction ship no one's ever found? It's been sitting here since when? The collapse? Believe it or not, yes. Vesta put me on the trail. She wanted me to find its location for repayment. An old debt. But the moment I found the data that verified its existence, they confirmed the ship was out there, I couldn't give it to her, and that's when you found me. Why keep it from her, then? You may have met Vesna, but you don't know her. She's one of the last people in the belt who should have a ship like that. Well, no one has the ship now, even if it exists. Need to remind you it wasn't there. Your data was a bust. No, it was there once. Those wrecks, those were the ships that fought over the fraction ship. A bunch of Solheim corporates who wanted to get out of the system when it all came down. And that ship was their ticket. The Aphelion Path. It was there. But someone moved it. Hit it. Long before we got there. Sounds a bit like a fantasy to me. I believe in this fantasy, Sleeper. I'm sorry. And to you both as well. I wanted to keep this secret. I wanted to find the Aphelion Path, and I knew that if I did, you would understand. Still, I was wrong to manipulate you. But I'm not done. I'll find the ship, and I'll leave the belt. How will you do that, with no ship of your own and Vestnet at your back? Sleeper, I'll uphold our deal. I'll serve on your crew, and when I have news of the Aphelion, you will know. That's what we agreed on. I know, I always say it, but this time you have to listen, Sleeper. This guy is no good. I know his type. Don't bring him. This can be your escape too, Sleeper. You're in. You've got a lot to prove. You better get on with it. Yujin meets your eye, says nothing. Once Seraphim's gone, he looks at you and nods. Thank you. Leaves too. Right, the ragtag group we have here. Glad they see you understanding each other. For Eugene of the crew. Sleeper gonna have a minute. Yeah. Looks at an open circuitry panel as he speaks, avoiding you gaze, playing with a coin in his hand, nervously spinning it. Since we cleared Hexport, I've been putting feelers out for something. Been on the belt a long time and I came here alone, back on Darkside just before we made a break for it. I heard something. Heard someone was looking for me. He was after you. I heard something else. They said that person looking for me claimed to be my sister. A sister? I did, or I do. I don't even know if it's really her, just because someone says they're my sister. Can't be sure. Thing is, I haven't seen my sister in a long time. She was a kid when I left. So was she, but I don't think... I was a kid when she left. No, I was a kid when I left. So was she. I don't think she would have liked to admit it at the time. I don't remember how it was back in Darkside, but we were alone, you and me. Laine didn't let us out much, just to work, and that was it. When I overheard one of his guys mention someone was sniffing around trying to find me, I didn't know what to think, and then hearing it might have been my sister. You recall that time Cycle spent under Laine's influence working for him in exchange for stabilizer. You close your eyes, the details flicker, the images collapse and reform. Did Seraphine tell you this before? Was this all part of your plan? You wanted to go find her. Yeah, it changed things for me. The thought that she could be out there. Don't get me wrong, I want to get you out there too. I know it doesn't matter now, but I told you about her back then, before. I'm sorry, I don't remember. It's okay, Sleeper, I understand. Since we got away since Hexport, I've been asking around, speaking to spacers, traders. Like I said, something finally came up. Seems whoever was trailing me left Darkside pretty soon after Usubu caught wind of her sniffing around. I doubt they made her feel very welcome, but I managed to get a name. The name she gave, Luz, wasn't my sister's, but that doesn't mean much. It gave me something to follow. Bounced around the wash a little bit. Bar spindle, flotsam, not sure why. Last thing she did was book passage to Wellspring and a Lotic freighter. That's it. How do you know this? Ship manifest in ports records, a few favors on the quiet. I want to go to Wellspring Sleeper, know if it's really her, and if it isn't, to settle what needs settling. Let's do it. Thank you. I admit it's been strange reminding myself of everything we talked about back on the dark side, everything we did. But I'm glad to see you're still you, whatever that means. Me too. Hey, better get back to it. You drive. Sleeper. I'm gonna need to call on that favor. Face is pale and deathly serious. Someone hit strip line. No idea where Kamal is. Bunch of goons tearing the place apart as we speak. Even tried to grab me, but those muscleheads are slow. Who would attack a courier? No idea. These were typical rent-a-thugs. Could have been anyone. Remember the package I asked for your help with? That's the one that was bothering me. Yeah, I remember you mentioning it. I reckon it's got something to do with it. The job was a bus. Express run all the way to the underhang. When I got there, no one home. Place was smashed up. Someone got there first. Should have dumped the package and run, but I brought it back like a good girl. Stashed in a safe spot at strip line. Thought the sender might come to recover, but when they didn't, I got curious. Popped it open. Stupid thing to do. Inside was a drive encrypted to hell and back. When I ran into you, I heard sleepers were good with data, with tech, so I thought you might be able to take a look at it. Now strip line's trash too. Here's the thing. Back when I popped it open, I noticed the drive had a dispatch marker. Export. Could it be connected to... Export getting atomized? Yeah, that's where I'm at too. The thing sent out from there just before it got cooked. Or the kind of attention I've been getting these past few cycles. Gets us a hand terminal from a bag, taps it a couple times, and hands it to you. Inside her picture, you see block capital, spindle jack, KD7, breach of far spindle codes, forward from information leading capture, considered dangerous. Put an APB on her. Dickheads blasted on the transit channels. Every spindle jack hauler and freight carrier is gonna be watching for me. Something's going on. Anyone who can help? Spindle jacks don't make friends easily. Now all the couriers I do know are looking to turn me in for a payout. Why do you think I'm here? It's time for that favor. My connections are burned. Oh, my whole career is gone. I need to fight back. If I walk away, there's nothing to walk away to. I need your help. What can I do? I need you to get the drive. If they want that much, then I can use it to buy my way out of this shit show. I tucked it away somewhere safe, so my guess is they haven't gotten to it yet. You slip in, I'll give you the location, and you pull the thing out. Should be simple. Alright. This thing turns out to be something, you'll get your due. All I want is my life back. Drive's in the workshop. There's a loose panel behind the air bike rack. It's taped to the back of the fuse box inside. You gotta keep heading down Spindle to the overhang past the end of the transit tunnels. No one will rat me out there. Come find me. I'll come find you when it's done. I've still got some network access. I'll know when you go in. My bike's locked up nearby. I gotta hop. Do me this favor, then we're clear. Stay safe. Doing my best. Gotta do some cooking. Enjoy your lurk pickles. I hope you have a good meal. You know at least what it's like to be on the run, fleeing for your life, and in that you feel an empathy, a connection to Cadet. But from every other angle, this thing looks like bad news, the kind of sensible person would steer well clear from. Perhaps it would if it wasn't for one detail. The drive's from Hexport. Is that enough to send you down the strip line in search of the drive? Only time will tell. I'm hungry. I need the food. Alright. Rig workshop. That's one die. Jesus. There's my other die. I got 2 heckin' glitches too. Diagnose the frame, find Seraphine's sister, which is a major. Help Cadet's a minor, diagnose your frame. The hunt is on. I need food for the ship. Which is 75, and I don't have enough. Alright, 12 cryos, 4. And then I keep my actions. Cut your way in. Engineering, you say? I might have the right tools for the job. So if I get another point... That's not bad. This is literally no negatives. Or I could finish it today. That works too. Continue. Slide the loose panel away from the wall, letting it float there beside the rack. In the dark, you see the blinking lights of the fuse box. Noise draws your attention for a moment. Scrap of a sliding door, some old system. Took long enough to gain access to the bike garage. Longer still to find a safe route around the racks, but you're almost there. You've seen and heard the hired muscle searching this place, but I'm lucky enough not to come face to face with them yet. Turn in the darkness behind the panel. If what Cadet said was right, the drive is taped to the fuse box. You pull it, it doesn't budge. Let's peel the tape. -1 stress, bless you. Okay, get the drive out, kick away from the wall. Neutral outcome. White Island is still, the figures search, they split and drift across the bay. Take the chance sliding open the panel and slipping behind the scrap and boxes at the end of the room. You work your way around until you can't get any further, you kick off hard, making a dash. Hey, Cadet shows up. Nice. Alright, she comes down the passageway. We got out. Still alive back there? She slows the bike with a rapid series of hisses, and you realize she brought you back to the passage outside of Bliss Bay. You try to understand the route you took, a long loop through the branching transit tunnels, but give up. You can let go now. You push off the bike gently and float in the passage beside her. You okay? It looked pretty rough back there. Appreciate you putting all that on the line for me. It's all good. You got the drive then? That's the one. Should have checked it when I had the chance. You get your first good look at it. There's not much to see. A solid lump of solid-state memory with a few markers on the case. You spot a yellow hex on them. Hexport. What now? She winks and slides her bag over her shoulder to the front, slots the drive neatly into the pocket. I know someone in the scatter yards who can crack anything. She's my first port of call to crack this open. Should make myself scarce from the spindle anyway, before those dickheads can catch up with me. Come with us. Appreciate the offer, but I think it's best we go our separate ways for now. 2 targets are harder to track than 1. He's away from our bike, squinting out to the window at your ship. At yours, if I'm not mistaken, that old thing is going to struggle to reach the scatter yards. Unless you've added a Hasnav suit? No, I haven't. You'll need a hazard navigation to make crossing safely. Lodix Syndicate created the tech, help their tankers get across the belt, common knowledge. Maybe if you head up to Wellspring, you can barter or steal a suit. Here. None of here for a refit, but maybe we'll find some use for him. Hey, some jets. Oh no, things clink and it's engine components. I was gonna use them to boost her, but you deserve them. Not like I'll be doing any runs for a while. Thanks. It's nothing. Like I said, you deserve them. See you around. Looked on the passage, you never asked how she plans to get to the scatter yards. It's a question like a score of others. You have a feeling she'll find a way to slip away before you can ask the next time too. New drive. And I've got engine components. Can I sell them? Yeah, crew needs to get supplies. Oh, these engine components are for improved ice repair. Alright, we'll end the cycle. Got nothing else to do anyways. There's a glitch. I got 4. which is solid. Bunch of cryo. Bunch of cryo. The glitch on this. We'll see what it does. It's a safe one, so it's not gonna have any major negatives. Hey! Get a positive outcome with a glitch die. It's an achievement. Anyway, before we come back for this, we're gonna go on the ad break. It's gonna happen anyways in about 15 seconds. See you in 3 minutes, folks. All right, everybody, we are back. Let's hop back in. So we just finished earning a meal here, and we've been finished impressing Nemba, whoever that is. So let's see what happens. Sleeper, Nemba wants to see you. You nod to the other volunteers, you wipe your hands off and clip your cutlery to the rack. Drift out of the canteen and make your way to the kitchen. It's a busy day, each shift seems busier than the last. Makes sense, of course. You've seen the steady flow of refugees from the inner system, most of them barely attributed to their name. As you cross the kitchen, you can still hear the rumble of refugees' conversations. The other chef leads you past the rehydrators and the hand-built centrifugal oven to a small office in the back. Alright. Ooh, he seems cool. Is he making dough in 0G? That's cool. Come in, sleeper. Nimba's perched at a desk, uplit by a small transparent terminal screen, reading glasses perched at the end of his nose. You've seen him before, not as much as you imagined while working in a place called Nimba's Kitchen. And there isn't a proper sign up front, everybody in the underhang knows its name. The man himself is more of a mystery. Apart from the occasional barked order in a busy kitchen, he's little more than a blur to you. Why do you work here? He really looks up from his terminal screen. Food's good. Uh-huh. You do well here, sleeper. You're fast, precise. You're doing good work. Thanks. Lifts his hand in response. That's my worry, sleeper. Good workers like you, they move on fast. 10 cycles, maybe more, maybe less, and then they're gone. And the team? Team gets used to having them here, gets used to working at that pace, and then suddenly they have to work differently. They have to pick up the slack, change jobs, change stations. Some of them think, well, maybe it's time I moved on too. What I found is good workers are trouble, especially those who come and go, like you. Let him speak. This place runs on consistency, sleeper. Those who turn up every cycle, good or bad, they get people fed. Let's be honest, that ain't you. So let's get to it. I can't use you in the kitchen anymore. You're done. Sorry. This place also runs on all those machines out there. On the suppliers I can rope in, the donations, feeding refugees from the inner system is logistics as much as it is chefing, which is why I'm cooped up in the back. So maybe you're gone, I never see you again. Okay, thanks for coming, we'll soldier on without you. Maybe you still want to be useful. Maybe I heard you have a ship. Maybe I heard you chatting. Maybe I have a little something held up in a place that only a ship like yours can reach. I negotiated the purchase of some valuable inter-system spores from a group that came from there, but somehow they ended up in a depot in Greenbelt. Greenbelt? I know Greenbelt. If you head to Greenbelt, you find the delivery, you bring it back. Well, that'd be helping. That'd be the kind of helping a good worker, even an inconsistent worker, might be able to offer me. Squints at you. Seems like the kind of thing that somebody genuine, somebody who wants to help for real might do. But it also seems like the kind of thing that might sit on a list of priorities for so long it disappears and never gets done. I've seen that happen too. I guess we'll find out which it is. Oh, fuck you, man. You know the way out, sleeper. New drive. Nimba's a miner. Investigate Hexport. Wow, that one's all the way down there. 6, 4, 6. Alright. So I'm gonna need supplies. Guess that's the end of cheap food too. Oh, hey, a magic carp. Get a feeling about that one. I don't know where the green belt is. I'm gonna keep the +4 machinist, or the +4 points up here, and go do this other job. It's worth a bunch of chits. It was a little bit funny. He's like, "You're too good at your job. I can't use you. You make everybody too complacent." I caught the magic cart. Or, not a magic cart, magic cargo. I was wrong. Alright. So we're gonna go here. It's 3 fuel. Confirm crew. There's my glitch. Asteroid looms large. Cockpit's glass. Light glints off it. No sign of the convoy drones or mines, but that doesn't stop Seraphim from being cautious as he approach. We're close enough to jump down to the surface. I don't see anything on the scope, but we'll keep her warm just in case. Thanks. I say we core this snowball fast. Less time we're out there, the less likely we run into anything Conway left behind. Sure, but fast means messy, and messy means more damage to the ice. We don't need to crack the shelf and lose half of the water we came here to survey. You say anything about messy, fast and clean. Easy. Scales. The asteroid is troubling. Just take a sample from the deep ice for testing. Something on your mind? The job? Don't want to jinx it, but it seems simple enough. Can't say rock, or in this case, ice cutting is my usual strength, but it's got to be simpler than slicing a hull without touching the internals. We'll be fine. One second, I'm seeing something there. Some kind of man-made shaft on the far side of the asteroid. Crews sometimes stash goodies on rocks like this. Let's go take a look. Survey is a priority. The integrity of the ice water. Any of our buried treasure comes dead last on the to-do list. Don't get distracted. Ice sheet. Shaft. Alright. Oh, engineering. My goodness. And interfacing, which I'm terrible at. Lovely. So we need endurance, which he's good at. Damn, only 2. I'm not risking something for this job. We'll end the cycle, get rid of the glitch, and come back with some clean dice tomorrow. Okay. So we got a nice clean 5 for him to use. Derelict bunker. Engineering. I like this. Scavenger. Interfacing. Flickering screen, distorted female face, further refracted by the ice. Shapes unknown to you. Playback ends. Slide the drive into the terminal. Copy residual data. Once you're done, you shut down the terminal. Oh, we get them both. Nice. Okay, neutral outcome is an ice stress fracture. Crap. I don't want to mess with that then. I'm suddenly a lot less confident about this job. Alright. End cycle. Got a 6, a couple of 3s. Rusted treasures. It's a lot of engineering stuff, isn't it? Config cannot be changed in contract location. Okay, so no, I can't upgrade here. And neither of them have the skill for this one. Okay, good. Rusted treasures. Rare components, raw scrap, data. Done with all of that. Back over here. It's not great. Neutral outcomes, sampling location, and 1 stress. Let's take a nap, burn another cycle. Oh, hallelujah. Look at all these good dice rolls. He's got 2 6s, good lord. Push that and get an automatic 6. I've still got both my normal 6s. New location, deep ice. Endurance. Oh, I hate that. I hate that. This guy is the only one who doesn't have negatives. Nice catch. Thanks, Pickles. Ice stress and 1 stress for him. Alright, we're resting. Almost out of supplies. Deep ice. Use him. Get lucky. Did not get lucky. Shit. Fuck. Sample core, long and weighty cylinder of cloudy ice comes out of the borehole cleanly. It glows in the sunlight, catching the rays. Nicely done. Result's pretty. Hope it's drinkable. Let's not melt it down for liquid refreshment yet. It's likely packed with unpleasant impurities. The question is, are they kind of impurities the spindle can filter out? Let's get to this ship. We can run analysis on the trip back. And before you get any ideas about digging the asteroid for more, remember that we can break any way into the ice. He'll dock our pay. Contract complete. Extract the ice core without spoiling the hull. Nice. Yeah, we are leaving. I've done everything here. Journey back from the asteroid. You poured over tests he's given you, each one producing spools of data, so much you can't parse. You broadcast these strings to his personal terminal. Despite all the preparations, you're still surprised when you find him standing on the far side of the docking tunnel as you leave the rig. Sleeper, thought I'd better come down here, away from my crew, to discuss your findings. And they were? Straight to the point. Good. As I suspect, the asteroid was indeed rich with water ice. Thankfully, the contaminants can be dealt with. With this data you provided, I should be able to convince the Far Spindle administration of its worth. Then we're good? That remains to be seen. Before I make payment, I'd like to ask in person if you saw anything else of consequence, anything you'd share with me that might affect my dealings with the Far Spindle. I prefer not to have any surprises when they go and retrieve the water. There's a shaft. Interesting, it's likely of no consequence, but there's something of value there. You could play to my benefit. I'll mention the potential of additional salvage. Given the data, it doesn't seem to have an impact on the ice. 250 cryo, as agreed. With that, business is concluded. Gotta speak to the administration and negotiate the release of my ship, and then prepare for departure. Thank you. Should our paths cross again, I'll see that it'll be to your benefit. Okay. Alright. So first things first, we are getting rid of that negative door. That's aggravating. That is worth spending my points on. Let's get rid of the stress. Or not. Going for supplies. Alright, the edge. This doesn't have any clocks connected to it. Nor that. That's the standard clock for us. Gambling bar. Okay. I want that stress gone. I know it's going to go in its own, but it annoys me. I've got plenty of food because no one was starving. Always use a little bit more money. All right. Let's head to Flotsam. So it's hard to tell where the Flotsam ends and the ship's parked at its many docking bridges begin. Seraphin docks to the station and realize the rig is now just another piece of accumulated technology, one more bit of driftwood. I love this place. You never know what you'll find. You been here before? Yeah, back when I first came to the Belt, the crew I signed up with used to run salvage jobs out of here. Fun place to spend your wages. You see the seals? Total cowboy welds. I could pop at any moment. Oh, that's just the outer layer. I heard there's 6 or 7 in all, so when one fails, there's no problem. You gotta taste some of the stuff they grow in old, Takahe. That's the good shit. Oh great, so many layers of redundancy and fallbacks you have no hope of isolating a leak and fixing it. Sounds like a ship I know. She got you out of there, didn't she? No sense of gratitude. I was joking. He looks a little hurt and drifts out of the cockpit, shaking his head. Sleeper, remember what I said about getting checked out. There are artificers all over this place. Take a bit of searching, but we need to know what's going on with you. That's why we're here. Let me know what they say. I'm gonna find any of my old haunts are still open. Catch you later. Has a certain charm. There's one place to go. Engineering, nice. Probably nothing useful. -1 energy. But let me continue. The case of the Flotsam intrigues you. Past its passage, it's the most incoherent place you've ever visited. Plating, cladding, and cushioning all kinds of conditions hides a forest of wires and ducts. Rooms are crushed cargo bays, flipped bridges, eviscerated engine rooms. Place is a total mess. You don't like it, but finding an artificer among this chaos might have been more than a little challenge. This cycle, searching only passageways, teaching only scrap merchants, you begin to wonder if Seraphin had any idea what he was talking about when he advised you to come here. A sleeper? Well, I never. Gene me. Behind a fogged and scratched plastic screen, an old man with wet and wandering eyes sits nearby. Approach the booth. I didn't mean to be rude, please. That's okay. How are you feeling, Mr. Sleeper? I'm Jean Michael. Although pleased to you, Jean me. That actually might be Jean-Michel. Or no, it's not Michel, it is Michael. I work with machines, mostly small ones. He nods as if you answered, or perhaps just out of habit. He chops with his hand to indicate a stool at a bar leg. You sit. Your presence is a rare honor. I'm very sorry to make you uncomfortable. I'm just very pleased to see you. Can I help you with something? I was more imagining I could help you. I see your journey to me has not been easy. Scuff marks in your skin, marks of violence. I don't know what your experiences have been, but I want to assure you that I see you as a person, being, a soul, as we shall say, as valid as any other. You note his unconfident way of speaking creates a certain loneliness. Understood. You're kind. The frankness of the remark takes you by surprise. Looks down at his counter and begins to take apart a tiny piece of machinery that sits there. Many years ago when I began my apprenticeship, I'd find that whenever I saw something that, was not working, I was fixated on it and its repair. Of course, the belt is filled with this kind of dysfunctional detail. I was busy for many, many years with these small things. And now I find that when I'm interested in a thing that is not working as it should, it's because it might have some quality yet foreseen or discovered. I can see you're in a process of becoming, Sleeper. Let me aid you with this. What do you mean? Pulls a pair of goggles under his face. Hold still, Sleeper. Let him work. I think you better come inside. He gets off from his desk and disappears. A moment later, you hear a rattle and a small bulkhead door beside the booth you assumed it was rusted shut creaks open. Oh, he's got like a terminal room inside. Alright, I'll sit in the seat. Just across your body. There's damage here, I see that. We'll get to that. I see something else here as well. This is why you came. Yes. Though I've never met a sleeper, I have studied them. I was lucky to acquire some materials from SNARP some time ago in the interest of my own endeavors. SNARP is the one who made us. You're pleasingly distinct from those materials. Alright in thinking you've been modified? I rebooted myself. Yes, I see that your dependency on stabilizer, on the immune recoding portion of its makeup at least, has been broken, but that's not all. You're physically modified, not externally but internally. Your tracker's disabled, which makes it impossible for SNARP to find you. Congratulations. But that's not all. You've been modified, yes, but you're also being modified as we speak. How? These changes appear to be complex, subtle, but consistent. What changes? See here. Points to the flickering representation of your spine tracing a line towards your head. Your nervous system is growing additional nodal points here and here. Meanwhile, your emulation interface is growing an umbilical access port, though towards what end I'm unsure. You feel something there growing under your thick vinyl skin. You feel a lump, or is it just your imagination? Touch the base of your head. The changes are partial, and in all honesty, the resolution is too poor. I need to run a full diagnostic, but for that I would need... Lifts up to another terminal and brings up screens and screens of text and diagrams. Some kind of medium to hold your suspended emulation. The access jack I can build myself, but we need to bridge your emulation. Speaks quietly as though to himself. A ship mine would be ideal. It'd have to be high capacity. A prime ship mine, Solheim in origin. Perhaps Hellion Gate might hold records of any that were in the system. Prime ship mine is essential if you wish to further investigations be done. I'll need this above all. I'm sorry to say, Sleeper. Can you tell me more? Accurately, no. It's clear that a process has begun, but is not yet complete. Busies himself with the sensors, folding away the articulated arms. As he does, you try to calm yourself. You feel like you have worms under your skin. Please remain calm. This can help you. Gives me a rare component. For now, our work is concluded. But you're welcome anytime. Thank you. Safe travels, Sleeper. Did it actually clear the... Locate a ship at Hellion Gate, so I got another one to do. I can't go to Wellspring yet. I can't go to Greenbelt yet. Seraphim shows up. Sleeper, you found an artificer? Explain. Something about a body changing in ways you can't identify. He grows pale and silent. He shakes his head when you stop talking. Laine, that piece of shit has to be behind it. Perhaps. For sure. We got what we need. We need to find that ship mind. Bit of work here and there. We can make it to Hellion Gate and whatever. What about your stuff? We'll do that too. We're free, Sleeper. Nothing can stop us now. Just say the word, okay? Don't give up on yourself just yet. Get up and get back to it. Kicks down the corridor, disappearing from sight. Oh, hey, there's a bunch of stuff here. Fuel freighter. Refuel. That's the artificer. Engine components. Intuit interface. Those are jobs. There's a tip about a recovery contract for a few shits. He'll give you the coordinates. Payment, scrap components, recover a stranded rig. It's a safe job. It's not bad. New contract on the map. Buy supplies, but we're full up. Work on hydroponics. Is there any food here? Oh, meal, 15. Okay. So that's it, but we're full up on everything again. Recover stranded rig. Sure. Let's head out and do the job. Keep your hands where I can see him. Voice crackles over the thing. Warm welcome. Bodes well for the rest of the job. We're here to help. Figured that, otherwise I would have put a hole in that shiny rig of yours. You're over the side of the rig, inspecting the damage. Half the hull plating and big chunks of the internal structure are missing. Feeling this is not what you're here to fix. Airlock opens, you move inside. Systems wheeze and shudder. Alma. I know Alma. Why do I know Alma? Nothing of value if you're looking to steal something. You do the work that's needed, I'll let you take your half of the haul. Understood. Engine's conked out of me and I'm no engineer. You usually get her going, but this time no dice. Surprised there's so many of you, to be honest. Sorry about that, don't worry, I've worked on these engines before. I can handle this. Don't be so sure, this girl's a sensitive type. You need to know how to handle her. Rather than the rig stock engine, singular block and Alma's engine is a mess of piping and feed lines. Been adding to her since I was young. Might look like a mess, but she purrs when she's running. Oh, sleeper, this is going to be special. Can't tell if they're intimidated or impressed, maybe a little of both. Get her running and you'll get your half of the haul. Do what we can. And there's the hall. The hall's a building? Building and all that's in it. You too good for scrapping? All right, the building's mine. Scrapper's claim. But you help me get her running and you're welcome to take what you want. Up to a maximum of half of the raw mass. We extract it ourselves? I doubt it'll trouble one of you. Anyway, you're leaving with nothing unless my girl here's back in shape by the time you're done. Let's get to it. Ugh. Intuit or endurance? Engine study. Engine labor. It's just the two. Raw material, hidden treasures. Probably only +2? +2, yeah. +1 stress, but that's fine. We'll push. But that'll clear out that. And I've got no use for the 1. Let's end the cycle. I think Alma was from the last game. I'm pretty sure. Holy shit. 2 6s, a 5. Alright. Positive outcome for hidden treasures. There's a small bay big enough for a shuttle, but not as a rig like yours. It's a ship, or was. Ship was a labor of love. Built by hand, custom mod with little function out here beyond looping around asteroids for the thrill of it. Flames painted on the hull. Oops. Engine, all interlocking tubes, unlike anything you've seen. Holes in its side suggesting it never was finished. The holes are a source of the glint. You reach in and pull out some strange looking engine components. Pristine and complex. Got something from it. Alright. Stress for him, but that's fine. Let's see if I get the raw material from this. Yep. Nice pile I got there will make scrap as you kids yet. Scrapping your pretty penny if you know where you're going. Rockholm's always a good place to offload. I'll give you that for free. Thanks. You earned it. What is this place, anyway? How about you tell me what you think, Sleeper? It's a hangar. I found a ship. You got a good node for salvage. Not just a hangar, though. A home. The old arrays on the far side. You look towards the rock, towards broken frames and panels you could just make out. Those are the first priority. Get power running, recharge the cells for excavators, turn the scrap into something livable. Look at them now. They're scattered by a careless hand. Interesting. Now there was stress. But the rest of it can wait for tomorrow. Well, not tomorrow, but the next cycle, I guess I should say. Oh, somebody loves me. Good numbers. Negative outcome. Fun times. Positive outcome. Sure, why not? Almost girl. Gather around Almost rig to see engine tested. Warm at the sound of the engine, the vibrations rattle through the open framework of the interior. Her eyes are closed, a small tremble at the corner of her mouth. As you see it now, a difficult thing to love, whole parts of it make little sense in its oldest systems. Those bypassed and made obsolete by newer editions still somehow play an integral role you don't understand. It's unwieldy and unnecessarily so, and the accumulation of parts and patches from its long service makes it surprisingly fragile. I clicked by accident. Meanwhile, other sections have been welded and re-welded so many times they're impregnable and will never be able to replace. It's uncooperative, prone to sullen outbursts of cooling fluid or fuel. It's relentless and will begin to leak it when left idle for too long. It's always too hot or too cold thanks to the coolant in the fuel, and it's hard to predict which it will be at any moment. Yet despite all this, it's an object you feel close to, you feel a kinship with. Because in the end, you two are an accumulation of broken parts. You are a machine that's become a story. That story has grown beyond the ability of others to understand it. Look over to Alma again, and Bliss is there beside her. You see they're talking. With the engine running, you can't hear them. I give her a hug. That's the job, Sleeper, and you know where the payment is to be found. I believe that our business is to an end, unless you have something to add. That's all. Fine, then. Appreciate your assistance. You're welcome to take what you want from the hangar if you haven't already. Now leave my ship. You okay? I'm good, Sleeper. Really good. This place reminded me of why I do what I do, why I fix things. There's beauty to it. You realize as you gaze at the broken remains of the facility, Alma never took her half of the haul. You turn back and squint at the cockpit of her rig. You see her there, looking out across the wasteland, still as a statue. Contract complete. Alright, we're heading back. Oh, God. Terrible dice. Refuel. Resupply. Don't need food. It's a bar. One 6 and my rest of my terrible dice. 8 cryo, but I did get a raw scrap. I'm getting like components and pieces. That's good. Eight fuel. Ugh. Greenbelt's all the way down here. Jeez. Alien gate hangs over the rig. Its corroded arches resemble dislocated vertebrae of some vast, long-dead serpent. That's one big, ugly pile of scrap. Sondheim didn't like to build them small. What was it for? System's biggest door. Only opened if you asked nicely. Got to be big if you wanted to fit every ship that visits the system through it. Impressive, really, building something so massive out here. Sondheim liked to impress visitors. Oh, hey, an Umbreon. But they also like to scan entire ships and impound those that didn't enter through the gate. Not the most admirable qualities. Still seems impressive. Sondheim are cruel and ruthless, but without them the system would just be 2 gas giants and loads of rocks. No harm in recognizing it. This place inhabited? Doubt it. You hoping for a station-side bar? Feeling you'll be disappointed unless we find an executive's old liquor cabinet. Interface into it. engineering, at least. Hey, congrats on the Umbreon, Pickles. So I probably need to do the bottom one to find a ship, and then the top one to actually, like, get it. Unfortunately, I have garbage for that skill. And no points to add in. I'm not using those 1s and 2s. I'll see if they can salvage any fuel from something. Yes, they can. There are some good numbers. Here's something in the dark. Whenever afflict, this place begins to come back to life. Among the row of benches, some of them are crushed by falling panels. Stand frozen as the archive glitters around you with millions of shipping entries. Stream of information. Suddenly, they all shut off, terminals blinking together, leaving a single translucent screen glowing softly in the dim room. In that room, you see a figure. Is this what you're looking for? Who are you? Oh, it's Junie. Sleeper, is that you? It is. Good to see you again. The venue's a little unexpected. Looking for a ship mind. I can see that. I've been digging through the archives myself, although slightly less forcefully than you. Did this whole speech prepared for whatever salvager was ripping through these archives so mercilessly. Messily, not to mention aggressively, but now I know it was you, I'm just glad to see you. Really need to be more careful. You could have taken the entire archive down the way you were working with it. These machines are decades old. You can't just rifle through them like they were scrap pile. So the pattern in your query is a prime ship mind equipped ship, still operational at the collapse, last located in the region around Hellion Gate. That about right? Nicely done. Did you expect anything else? That's why I did the hard work for you. Beckons you over to a lone lit terminal. You see a single point faded transit trail beside it, sunward from the Hellion Gate. Something like this? You check the info pane, ship mind in use, abandoned by all hands after the collapse, tantalizingly in reach. Something like that. Well, then it's yours. But, what do you want it for? Explain about my body. I'm sorry, Sleeper, but I think I can help you. I want to come with you. Do you know how often someone gets out of those one old Solheim wrecks? They're more trouble than they're worth. Contained inside, there's an entire history to uncover. I need that ship mind. And you're welcome to it. I promise to help you get what you need and not get in your way. That's why I can't force you or trick you into taking me. That's why I wanted to offer you this instead.
Hydrate, you bastard! Hydrate!
Thank you, Pickles. She indicates the terminal, still showing the ship's final resting place. Hope that maybe, if I helped you get what you needed, it would show you I can be trusted. I trust you. So you're staying still, I'll send the coordinates to your ship, and I'll be hanging around the gate until you're ready to leave. If you need to get supplies on the spindle or anything else, fine, I'll wait. But if you go on this job without me, I'll get the message, you won't see me again. Little 3-hour mark project. I've been drinking the whole time. See what I can find here within the gate. New location. Prohibited storage. Resupply ship. Oh, endurance. But these don't have clocks, you could just do them. Alright, let's end the cycle. Actually, before I do that, let me look at this. This thing takes 4, and I do not have enough. Enough resources for that yet. We're gonna end the cycle. Okay, 6, 6, 4, and a couple of 1s. But I did get a bunch of fuel. Within the gate. It's not without its secrets. New location. Internal workings. Interface and more endurance. Good scrap. There's data to be found. Yeah, that's... Like, I'll do this to get some extra fuel, because I'll need it, but... Yeah, 3 fuel. Yeah, those are both danger. That's danger. I don't need anything with the rig workshop, so... But I think now's a good time to stop for the night before we go on to the next thing. Been 4 seconds since the last autosave. Let's find somebody to raid. Let's see here. Sorry, 1 sec. Got the rather annoying message that a program's trying to update. But at least it's done. Nice and quick. Alright, who are we gonna raid? Alright, let's... Let's see. There's a trick trying to find somebody to raid. Seems like a fairly quiet night, too. Unless I could always raid Iris, but I raid her all the time. Kind of just like chilling with her. I guess those two signed off for the night. Iris, cool. Iris is very cool, except for the fact that she's Iris Bloodblaze. But no, Iris is great people. Though she is struggle busing through Sekiro at the moment. You know what? Here's somebody I don't raid too often. They're playing something a little silly tonight, so sure. see if we can raid in here. But thank you all for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your morning, afternoon, evening, night, wherever it is in your part of the world. Our next stream is going to be Friday, but it is going to be a collab with Ezenil Darson. So, no Citizen Sleeper on Friday. Actually, give a shout out to Ez here. But so I hope to see you then. That is going to be at a later time. That's going to be about 8 o'clock. So it's going to be 2 hours later. But otherwise, have a wonderful rest of your morning, afternoon, evening, night, wherever it is in your part of the world. Reminder, you can see my older content and my clips and shorts and VODs and stuff here on YouTube. If you want to hang out and chat, I got a Discord here. They usually get to see stuff before anybody else does, including the art that's going to go live tomorrow. And check out all my socials here at this link. Also, because I'm not going to forget this time, raid message. But take care, everybody, and I will see you again later.